We've just been discussing this, and now we have an update from our colleagues in Italy. Gianluca Di Marzio has broken the latest story. Let's take you straight into the latest transfer news. As you can see, Mark McAdam has joined me again. There have been ongoing links with players like Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko, but another name now emerging on Manchester United's radar is Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins. The 29-year-old striker is under contract at Villa for another 3 years, and United are said to be exploring the possibility of a move. But it's important to emphasize, however, that this potential interest in Watkins has no bearing on Rasmus Højlund's situation at the club. What happens with Højlund remains separate for now. Also, crucially, there has been no direct contact between Manchester United and Aston Villa regarding Watkins at this stage. Man United told to pay £35 million for French striker on Ruben Amorim's shortlist. Chelsea have told Manchester United how much they want for Christopher Nkunku, according to a report. As Team Talk analyses how a swap deal involving a winger Ruben Amorim does not want could work out for both clubs, although Man United have signed Matheus Cunha and Pedro Leon already in the summer transfer window and are in talks over a deal for Bryan Mbeumo. Manager Amorim remains keen on bringing in a new striker. Of course, any new arrivals will likely be funded by a number of departures from Old Trafford this summer. And yes, this is a major development. We're hearing that several high-profile Manchester United players, including Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho, Antony, and Tyrell Malacia, have informed the club that they want to leave. Because of this, Manchester United have decided to delay their return date for pre-season training. While the rest of the squad is scheduled to report back on Monday, July 7th, these 5 players have been granted additional time off in order to resolve their futures. Now, it's well known that Manchester United are under financial pressure. Selling these 5 players could bring in somewhere between £125 million and £150 million, assuming deals are made on the club's terms, and not at cut prices in a so-called fire sale. That said, completing permanent transfers is easier said than done. Rashford, for example, is on very high wages, which complicates any move, so the club may need to consider alternative arrangements, possibly even loan deals, where they contribute to some of Rashford's salary, if a permanent exit proves too difficult. It's far from ideal, but those are the realities United may face. Still, their preference is clear. They want permanent sales, not temporary solutions. In terms of reinforcements, would someone like Victor Gyökeres from Sporting be the answer? He just might be. From what I've seen, he's one of the best natural center forwards since Didier Drogba when it comes to leading the line on his own. That role, the lone striker, has evolved massively in the last decade, and Gyökeres seems to understand it better than most. We're continuing to ask the questions, and we'll keep you updated as things develop. Chelsea have told Manchester United how much they want for Christopher Nkunku, according to a report. As Team Talk analyses how a swap deal involving a winger Ruben Amorim does not want could work out for both clubs, although Man United have signed Matheus Cunha and Pedro Leon already in the summer transfer window and are in talks over a deal for Bryan Mbeumo. Manager Amorim remains keen on bringing in a new striker. Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee are not prolific goal scorers in the Premier League, and Man United need a top number 9 to finish in the Champions League places next season. A number of strikers are on Man Utd's radar, including Aston Villa ace Ollie Watkins and Napoli star Victor Osimhen. The Mirror has reported that Christopher Nkunku of Chelsea is another striker that Man United like. Man United have got the France international striker on their short list of striker targets this summer, claims the report. The report has noted that although Chelsea paid £52 million for the 27-year-old in 2023, the Blues have told Man United that they can sign him for £35 million in the summer transfer window. Although Nkunku is at his best as a number 10, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca used the Frenchman predominantly as a striker last season to accommodate Cole Palmer in his team. The 27-year-old played 46 matches in all competitions for Chelsea in the 2024-25 campaign, scoring 15 goals and giving 5 assists in the process. The Mirror has noted that Nkunku is deemed surplus to requirements at Chelsea, following the signings of Liam Delap, Joao Pedro, and Jamie Gittins. Trusted journalist Fabrizio Romano reported this week that Garnacho has informed Man United that he no longer wants to play for the club. Team Talk's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, Reported on June 24 that Chelsea are interested in a summer deal for Garnacho. Sources have told Team Talk that Chelsea value the Argentina international winger at £55 to £60 million, but Man United want £70 m. It would make sense for Man United and Chelsea to thrash out a swap deal involving Garnacho and Nkunku, given that the two clubs have interest in each other's attacking players. A top international striker is said to be all shocked that Man United did not try to sign him this summer, as he decides to leave League One for Serie A. Man United have received a huge boost in their quest to sign a £65 million striker, as it has been claimed that he wants to move to Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Man United are trying to sign a midfielder who they believe will eventually replace Casemiro, as the Brazilian star takes a stance on his future.